Hello and welcome back everyone to a new episode of Loremaster Leveling. As always, my name is SneakyBot and we are here on our Rogue Tafarona questing through Stranglethorn Vale, or as it's now called, Northern Stranglethorn. Well, been called that for a long time, but hey, old habits die hard, don't they? We are going to go into the ruins of Zul-Kunda here and kill some trolls to figure out what happened to that one Darkspear guy and getting our talking skull a body. After that, we're probably going to head to Nesingwary Jr.'s, previously his father's, hunting camp and kill a bunch of beasts, but let's see how much we can do in this episode. Anyway, here we got some trolls. We got to kill 7 of each kind. We already killed the one Beastmaster last episode, even though, he did give us some trouble with patrols and whatnot. And here you see, this is one of the reasons why I love Stranglethorn. It still gives me this very vanilla-esque feeling of highly or densely populated areas are not fun to quest in because you might die. Like here, we better, for instance, run away now because we just pulled way too many things, or at least we try and line of sight them so that we are less likely to die. Let's see. Did we? Yeah, we're probably going to die here because we pulled that one spellcaster as well. Unless we manage to do a heal here. We did. Nice! We actually didn't die. First time I probably think where we pulled way too many things and we didn't die due to it. But yeah, this probably vanilla TBC would have killed you. It almost killed us. It got my adrenaline racing anyway, so there's that good thing. Zul-Kunda, I love you. Giving me the old feels here. I do remember that back in the day when I first quested here as a noob who didn't know how to play, or knew even less than now how to play. This particular area gave me lots and lots of trouble, due to it being so densely populated with all sorts of trolls and rogues being even squishier than they are now, because we didn't have this combat heal type thing. So one of the things, especially with this area, that got me into doing alts and loving leveling was to say, hey, I wonder how another class with a completely different toolkit, say a hunter that has a pet, or a mage with ranged CC, things like that, handle these situations, or a warrior that's generally a bit more tankier. And that's why I think, I mean, not in recent expansions really, because I level through Dungeon Finder mostly because it's the quickest way to level, but when I do something like this where I play without using the Dungeon Finder to level characters, I always come here just to see how things have changed in like with time in different expansions and stuff like that. I mean, it's not like things have changed that massively apart from leveling getting easier with more experience and Blizzard changing things, but you can still, I feel that this is one of those zones where you can still feel the continuity. That was the word I was looking for, the continuity between when I started this game and today, which I think is nice. I think that's one of the things that also binds the community together, where you can actually go like, hey, this zone used to be quite tough when I first started playing, and it is still quite tough, and then the community can bond over that. We talked about this previously in one of the other parts. I believe I was in Ashenvale, and yeah, here we see this huge troll. Probably he is actually not Gurubashi but Zandalari, because the Zandalari are supposed to be quite a bit bigger than all the other trolls, as we remember from one of our first episodes here in Stranglethorn. We almost died there. Didn't pay attention to our health being low from the other fights. So what do we need more? We need 2 more mystics and 2 more scouts. We have a hunter here and we have a mystic here. I'm not going to pull that mystic. I'm going to go to this one and just doing it nice and easy because you are a bit more what do you say, isolated from all the other mobs, as is this guy. Even though we did manage to pull this hunter here, we will heal and just use our ranged ability with the shuriken to kill you from afar without pulling any more ads unnecessarily. And just as I'm about to say that, I actually managed to pull that guy. I was thinking when I went to eviscerate him that that's what's going to happen, and I thought maybe if I managed to do it quick enough, that's not going to happen. Ended up happening anyway. Luckily, we have enough abilities to deal with situations like that. Okay, we've killed mystics. Now we need 1 more hunter. No, 1 more scout, sorry. There was a hunter there next to that 1 mystic, and he obviously doesn't count for the kill, so I was just looking at his name and trying to figure out whether he was actually a scout or not. But alas, he wasn't. We only have a bunch of mystics here. There's a scout. Basically a rogue, since you're wielding a dagger. The hunter, as his name suggests, being just a lowly hunter instead of a awesome rogue. We will probably be pulling way too many things if we try and kill you. I'm trying to find another scout that is a bit more isolated from the other trolls. I mean, we should be fine, but I don't want to tempt fate into pulling too many things for us and then us ending up dead. Oh nice, we one-shotted you. Awesome. Quest complete. Now let's go and turn those in and then head to Nesingwary and do one of my favorite quest chains that has surfaced, I think, in... Well, Nesingwary wasn't in Warlords, but I do think... Yeah, he was in Mists, wasn't he? I think he was in Mists. Anyway, has surfaced in every form, at least until Wrath. In Kata he took sort of a break, where Nesingwary just comes to us into whichever landmass that the expansion unveils, and then asks us to kill various copious amounts of various wildlife native to that region, then culminating in us having to kill the not leader, because the wildlife doesn't have a leader, but prime or alpha specimen of that species. And I just love grinding. Strange, I know, very strange, but I do love grinding. In WoW it's very meditative and soothing, so I did love doing Nesingwary's quests because of that. Also, they're fairly straightforward. It just go, kill, wreck, mayhem, turn in, get nice amounts of XP because you have to kill so many of everything, and then you get XP for the quest, and it's nice. Plus, I have always had this weird bond with Nagrand ever since I, on my first rogue, leveled up leatherworking at the end of BC, and I had to kill all those cleft hooves for the cleft hoof set pieces, because that was back in that day the easiest way of leveling up those last couple of levels of leatherworking, or at least it might not have been the easiest, but at least to me it seemed the easiest way to do it. So I spent hours and hours and hours in Nagrand killing cleft hoofs and hoping that when I skinned them it would drop that cleft hoof hide and not like knot hide or whatever was the most common form of leather back then. And I was like, just yes, every single time it dropped the knot hide, like yes. And I knew all the patrol routes of all the cleft hoof, and that's why I'm still going to Nagrand After all those years, every time I go to BC, I go to Nagrand and do some of those Nesingwary quests. I don't do all of them anymore because you out-level that area pretty quickly. Nice, we're level 28. So yeah, but I still do those quests because I still have that weird attachment. Not even a masochistic attachment. At the time it was very like soothing, sometimes very almost boring, but still very, very fun and rewarding once you were done with it. Alright, let's turn in that other quest to our shaman, who's clearly a druid in disguise. So balance is restored. Yeah, there you see, druid in disguise indeed. For now, we may call on you again in the future, Tafarona. Alright, we got 2 other quests. So speaking with Nesliarch. The head of Nesliarch speaks, so we threw it in the cauldron there, that's why it managed to speak. We're doing all sorts of weird voodoo rituals, even though all the trolls keep us telling to stay away from the voodoo, but let's see here, what does Nesliarch say? It is true, I know where the child of the dark spears was taken. You have bested me and bound my spirit, but I will say nothing without appeasement. The blood scalps war with the skull splitters. To gain my favor, steal 2 of the most prized trophy skulls from the skull splitters across the river to the east. Place them here with us so that my spirit will have slaves in the nether. 1 skull must be from the trophy pile in Baliamar, the other from Ziatajai. Okay, we are just going to give him slaves in the nether so that he will talk. But I guess we care more about the corporal world. The afterlife can wait. The skull speaks again. This time a different skull. It's getting confusing, but these are different skulls we've thrown into the cauldron, and I've been getting confused as well while we've been playing this, but I know that these are 2 different skulls now, so pardon me for making mistakes in previous episodes. I have my buddy, thanks to you, your raptor, and Ganzula. Now, if I remember correctly, you and your witch doctor friend will need some mojo to complete this ritual. The blood sculpts keep mojo in Zul-Kunda, but it is weak. Your dark spears' mojo will not work either. No, you want to take from the skull splitter trolls across the river to the east. Hurry back, Goblin. Yes, this is just your basic breadcrumb quest type thing where you're like, ooh, now we want you to go to all of the same places in different quest chains, just to make questing easier for you. I'm not going to go and kill skull splitters. I'm going to go to Nesingwary here, just because he's closer by. There's also a pet battler on our way. We could actually use our Warlord's Death Wheel here to travel a bit quicker. On the way, not going to do any pet battling just yet. We might, because it's a nice way of leveling, but at the moment I just don't feel like doing pet battles, even though it would be easy XP. Plus, I don't really know if that's fun to watch on YouTube in general. I mean, we will probably do something like the Poke League, Pet Battle League in Mist of Pandaria at some point, because that is actually fun and requires quite some strategy to pull off. But the regular ones, these guys, I doubt we will try and battle them, unless we, for whatever reason, feel like it. I mean, it wouldn't also be very, you know, conductive in the sense that I have a bunch of max leveled rare pets already, so we would just steamroll over that poor fellow there, and it would be, well, yeah, way too easy in general. Alright, here we go. Let's go and find our Nesingwary Jr, who's got quite an upgrade to his camp. I remember when this thing was just a couple of huts, and now we have a palisade and several huts, several different hunters as well. Dark iron dwarves, which weren't here before. Just in general, he's got an upgrade, so he's doing well for himself, which is nice. Huge roast. Don't know what type of chicken, turkey, dinosaur they killed, but looks nice.
My attention.
Barnill's the name, and you are?
Off with you.
Okay. Welcome to Stranglethorn. Perhaps you're not aware of this, but that dwarf over there is the son of the one and only Nesingwary, renowned war hero of the Alliance. When did he become a war hero? And master big game hunter. Yeah, that he definitely is. Like his father, he's not one for welcoming strangers into his camp. You got to be yeah, he's even laughing at that. Yeah, both of them welcome every single leveler into their camp, I'm pretty sure. But you look like you've seen quite a bit of action in your day, Rogue. Go ahead and speak with him. He's a chip off the old block, so perhaps I can give you some hunting pointers.
See you soon.
Alright, oh, let's not move that bar. And let's go and speak with Nesingwary Jr, who is the spitting image of his father. Not that dwarves vary that much between them. Jolly nice to make your acquaintance, Tafarona. Haven't seen a rogue around these parts for some time. I've one purpose in being here, to hunt a great and elusive beast. Seeing that you're a hero of sorts, I'm willing to let you take part in the hunt, but you must first prove yourself. I shall teach the ways of raptor killing to you. Ajak will teach you with tiger hunting, and Sir Erlgedin is a master of panther tracking. Prove your skill and I'll let you in on the big hunt. Alright. So we need to kill 10 raptors. And let's talk to Sir S.J. Erlgedin.
What can I do for you?
And he wants us to kill 10 panthers and probably you Drizzlig. No, Drizzlig, you're not in Booty Bay anymore, I see. You want us to kill crocs. Yes, you want 2 large river crocolisk skins.
Have a good one.
So we needed to kill croc skins for you back in the day quite a bit, and I think these 2 large ones were the last ones that you wanted from us or something like that. I think they've truncated that quest chain a bit. Don't think, not sure though. They mightn't, but if they have, the last 2 croc skins that he wanted, they had an awful drop rate. That's all I remember about them. I did do that quest though. Okay, we need to kill 10 Stranglethorn tigers and find page 14. Only page 14 of the Green Hills of Stranglethorn. We used to have to find all of them, and they sold quite well on the auction house because basically everyone did the quest in this zone, so everyone wanted those pages. So now we only need to find elusive page 14. I think that's also a reference because so many people needed page 14, and it might have had a lower drop rate or something, but I might be making stuff up here. Anyway, let's go kill our tigers. Here we go. Nice. Oh, let's get that warped blade. It doesn't sell for that much, but it does sell for a considerable amount considering our level and my old-fashioned ways. There we go, page 14, where 9 silver is like, oh my god, that is almost 1/10 of a gold, which is almost 1/10 of what you needed for your mount at level 40. Now we obviously get mounts much cheaper, thank god. But yeah, I do remember selling lots of shit on the auction house for way too expensive prices. But by the time I was level 40, I had 200 gold amassed. So I paid my mount and like half of the mount of a friend, which was quite nice. And just to like give you the example of how much overpriced these things were that I sold, I obviously don't remember any prices in particular, but I did receive in-game hate mail a couple of times of people complaining that I sold things way too expensive. And being the snarky and asinine teenager that I was at the time, I just responded to it, well, if people buy it, I'm not going to lower the prices. Anyway, let's keep an eye out on our health here because we are still able to die, as we've proven in previous episodes. We shouldn't die more than once every 3 levels is what I calculated. Oh, nice, we've killed our 10 tigers. And now we can just move on and kill 10 So we killed 10 young Stranglethorn tigers, and now we want to kill 10 regular tigers. We have the river crocolisk over there, so that could be something that we want to do as well, but that will have to wait for the next episode. As always, my name's been Sneaky Bard, and you have been absolutely awesome. If you did like the episode, do give me a like, and do subscribe to the channel. I will see you in the next episode. Bye bye.